perfection. Good morning. Welcome to Cornfield Farm. Now that I've had my coffee, it's time to get the day going. My husband and a neighbor went to a local Amish community and purchased some sweet corn. We bought a whole bushel. We spent the weekend getting that all blanched and cut off the cob. We packaged that up in some freezer bags this weekend and stuck that in the freezer. So we're going to use the food saver to get that sealed up airtight so it can store for a long time. Hopefully we'll have enough corn for the year. It's not something we eat a ton of. We also went ahead and shredded some zucchini since we had a bunch of that ready to go in the freezer. So we're going to get that put up in the food saver as well today. So you can see we weighed all of our corn in 1 pound. It's all 1 pound. And we went ahead and got some zucchini shredded. That's 3 cups. That's what I need when I make bread. 3 cups of shredded zucchini. These are really wet. And they will not go on the food saver very well. So what I do is I just put them in the freezer overnight so that they'll freeze up really well. And then I'm going to put the bag on the food saver. And it's done. I don't know if you can tell, but it has all the air out of it. And it will keep in the freezer. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all these bags done with the suck and seal. I know that's not the right name. It's the, let's get all the dust off of it. It's the food saver, and we have the Model V3230. This is the no bells and whistles model. My philosophy is the more bells and whistles you have, then the more things there are to break. So that's just my personal philosophy that I like to live by. So we're going to go ahead and get this knocked out. I cannot believe I got that to seal. That was so tiny and so close to the edge. I will be lucky if this holds air. Yeah. I'll have to go back and check that one. Anyway, I got these all done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds of frozen corn. And then we have 15 ears wrapped individually and frozen in the freezer. And so we'll see how long this lasts us. We'll keep track this year and see how this does. It's lunchtime. What is your favorite summertime lunch? I think my dog's ready for lunch, actually. My favorite thing is a tomato sandwich. It's like my most favorite thing in the whole world. I like American cheese or Havarti cheese. I'm really not picky. Or smoked cheddar cheese. I'm telling you, I'm really not picky. And lots of tomatoes. And it's a tomato sandwich. And salt and pepper. And it has to have Duke's mayonnaise. And I like bread and butter pickles, but I'm out of those. And a big old knife, but I can't do this with one hand, so I'm gonna lose my tomato. That's a no-go. You see that? Isn't it perfection? Let me know if you like a tomato sandwich. I love tomato sandwiches.
She's amazing at playing cut.
We are making a Crustless quiche today. That's what's on tap. So the first thing we have to do is make some sausage. Well, we're not. No, that's not true. We're not making sausage. We're going to brown sausage.
No, we're making sausage.
Aw, Hazel.
Why do you think I keep on giving her all my apple cores? It's fattening her up.
Yeah, I'll make her taste sweet too. Hey Chase, is that how we make apple flavored bacon?
Terrible.
I know. It was.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep in a corner now. That was terrible.
I know, super bad.
That was cringy.
It was cringy, but you laughed.
Yeah, because it was cringy.
I know. This is super hard to do with one hand. Okay, so we're gonna brown up this sausage. This is 2 pounds. This is how we buy it from the butcher. And we actually don't care for this sausage. We only have 1 row left. We will not be buying this anymore. We'll be looking for different sausage from somewhere else. We wanted to raise our own pork here on our property, and then we got our own pig, and then we fell in love with her, and now I just don't think that I can raise my own pig for butcher. I just don't feel like that's something I can do. So we're going to chop. Hey, if you don't have one of these spatulas to cook with, it's a fish spatula, get one on Amazon. It will change your cooking life. And if it doesn't change your cooking life, then you must not cook a lot. That's all I'm saying. Because this thing is amazing. I love it. And it's my favorite spatula. I'll hand wash it and use it many times a day. It's supposed to be for fish. I pretty much use it for everything. But we're going to cook up this sausage here and get it all nice and brown and drain the grease out. And then we're going to make 2 different style quiches. One for the man because he likes green peppers, and the little and I do not care for green peppers, and we like not onions. We like mushrooms in ours. And so we're going to make those and put those in the fridge so that we have a fast food breakfast. Okay, we got that all done. It's chopped up really nice and small. And we're going to put that aside and let all that grease drain out. And while that's draining out, we are going to chop up our green peppers and get our eggs and milk all mixed up. Quick question. When you have something that you need to drain, do you just put it in a bowl and drain it, or do you put a piece of tin foil in your bowl first? I'm curious how you do it. I put the tin foil in there, then when the grease hardens, I just throw the tin foil in the garbage. Then I don't have to wash the bowl. What do you do? Here's our green pepper. We picked that out of the garden last night, and by we I mean I. So I'm going to go ahead and get that all chopped up. We don't want her to feel left out. Yeah, she loves the scraps from the kitchen. That's why she stands in here on her little blue rug. It's absolutely filthy. I swear I vacuum it every day. Waiting for her kitchen scrap. Okay, we got our green pepper all chopped up. He likes the peppers to be diced up really tiny. So I slice them up. Actually, I rough chop them. And then I use my food chopper from Pampered Chef that I've had for 100 years. Look here, girl. It is not, I cannot go outside with you right now. Hazel, what do you, look, you just went potty. I cannot just stop what I'm doing so you can go play. Okay? So I will measure that out and then put that aside. And now we need to get 12 eggs. They're already washed and I already put them in an egg carton. So we need to get those broken and whipped up and get some milk. I need how much milk? Half a cup. Mixed up with our eggs, and I've got my oven preheating for 375. I'm going to make these into a jumbo muffin shape, I think. One thing you learn after raising your own chickens is you don't ever crack your eggs right into your ingredients, because the one time that you do, you will get to the very end and that one egg will be bad. And then guess what? You will have ruined all of your ingredients. So we crack into a bowl. That's what you learn to do. And then you pour it in. It's slightly inconvenient, but it's a whole lot cheaper than starting all over with your ingredients. Okay, we got our 12 eggs. We're going to add a half a cup of milk to our eggs. We have some oregano, a thyme, salt, and pepper. Just going to add that in there. And then we're going to put an immersion blender in here. Get this all blended up nice and creamy. All right, that looks nice and creamy. Let's say we've got that blended really well. And now we just need to stir in some cheese, green peppers, and sausage and get this measured out. This recipe calls for 2.5 cups of Mexican blend cheese that's shredded. I don't have that, I have cheddar. And I'm pretty sure my husband doesn't mind. So this is how I measure. How do you measure cheese? 2.5. Okay, I got my muffin pan, my ugly pan, sprayed with olive oil. And I'm pretty sure that that thing does not work right, or I'm doing it wrong, because it doesn't mist anything. It comes out in a projectile. And I'm not sure that's exactly how it's supposed to be, but whatever. Because that's what I have. Please don't leak oil. I am going to take some of this sausage and mix it in here. And that's going to take forever. We need a bigger spoon. Yeah. You know what I just thought of? I should just dump these green peppers in here. Then I should just use this, because that would be super smart. Sometimes I'm really smart. Sometimes not so much. All right, so here's our massive mixture. It's a total mess. I swear this is good. And now this mess is going to make it into here. And that's going to go in my 375 oven for 20 to 30 minutes. I have never made it in large muffin format before, so we will see how long it needs to cook. Oh, y'all, this is going to make a mess. I cannot deal with mess. All right, let's see. How big you think I should fill them? This is fun. We get to learn together. This is not fun. This is going to make a mess. They should be yummy. There's a lot of cheese in there. Don't you think? I hope so. I hope this doesn't bubble over. I wonder if I should put a sheet pan underneath of this so it doesn't spill over inside the oven and make a huge mess. You think I'm filling these too full? I wonder if I should put a little bit of egg in there, like, so there's enough liquid. What do you think? Like that? You think there's too much stuff? Oh man, I hope this doesn't make a huge mess. Okay, I think I got all of them about even in my ugly pan, and I'm ready to stick it in the oven. But I think I'm gonna put a pan underneath that in case it spills over. Okay, my timer just went off for 20 minutes, so I just took these out of the oven. I'm gonna check them. They feel like they're done. I think 20 minutes is good. I'm gonna let them sit up for a few minutes before I pop those out. I have just a few more to bake. Then these will be ready for the refrigerator. He's only working a few days this week, so I'll put a couple in the refrigerator. The rest will go in the freezer for next week. So that'll be a quick, easy breakfast for him. Or I guess he could eat 2 for breakfast every day this week, depending on how hungry he is. Okay, we got them out of the oven, got them on a plate. They're cooled off now, and you can see what they look like. These are jumbo muffin size. I went in the garden and I picked a few tomatoes because we've got so much rain. They're just, yeah, they're just splitting open. And they're worthless. And it's super sad to see them succumb to the bugs. So these Kellogg breakfast tomatoes, I have multiple vines of them, and they are just massive. I don't think I've ever seen a tomato so big. I won't grow them again because they're too big. But there you go. They break the vines. They're so big they just break the vines off. Almost every one of them. And they've all split open like this. The ones the rabbits haven't eaten. Super sad. So I'm going to go inside in a minute and show you that other quiche I made with the mushrooms. This is so pretty. This is my worst tomato year ever. They just are ugly and split. Okay, and here's that second quiche, the crustless. This side has a bunch of shredded zucchini on it. This side has just a little bit. And then there's mushrooms in here. We just pulled this out of the oven. So we'll wrap this up and stick it in the refrigerator. And this was our day today. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you guys another time.